Hey, it's Dr. Gareth, and I want to talk to you about squatting. So I'm going to give you a couple of basic concepts, and then I'll go through a couple of exercises. So in terms of concepts, you use the squatting move everywhere. When you sit down and stand up, when you walk, when you get down on the floor and you get up again. You use it every day, so it's very important you can do it. It's very good bang for your buck because you use a lot of muscles. You use your core, you use your quads, your thigh, you use your glutes, so your butt muscles, and you use your hamstrings quite a lot. So if you don't have a lot of time to exercise, this is a very useful exercise to do. Now, in terms of concepts, anyone who squats, there are two things that you want to keep in mind. The first one is that, and I'll drop this down here, you want to keep your heels on the floor. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to, as you're coming down, lift your heels up off the floor. This is not very good for your, for any of your joints really, everything from your back down to the rest of your leg, and you won't use all your muscles like you want to. So keep your heels on the floor. The second thing is you want to keep your low back nice and flat. So as you're coming down, you want to keep that low back either very flat or in a little arch. What you don't want to do is round it out. If you start doing that, you should stop, because that's as far as you can go. And the third thing is you want to keep your knees out. So I imagine like I'm trying to slide my feet out, like I'm twisting my feet out. I don't actually move them. I just put enough pressure so that my knees stay out. What you don't want to do is any of this kind of thing. So you want to keep them nice and out. And everybody should be able to get to at least 90 degrees. If you can get further, that's even better. I can get to about 120 before my back starts rounding out. So there's some basic concepts. Now, in terms of how to do the exercises, well, that's the basic air squat. So if you don't go to the gym, you don't have a lot of equipment, doing a squat like that is perfect. If you struggle to do that, if you find you can't get very far, then for some people, the next level is to use a chair. So, same concept again. I keep my feet slightly twisted out. I get my chest over my feet, and I drive down. So I lean forward, I start driving down, and I come back up. You want to keep your chest forward. I didn't mention that in the previous exercise. You do want to keep your chest forward, so I do recommend that you actually look straight ahead as you're doing the exercise. You can pop your hands on your shoulders, and that will again help keep your chest up. When you're coming back down, same thing again. I go very slowly, my knees go over the top of my toes, and I gently get down. You'll see I don't just fall down. You want it nice and controlled. Now there are many different ways you can make that exercise difficult. You should be able to do at least 3 sets of about 20. Now you can, to get stronger, you can change how quickly you do the exercise. You can change how many repetitions you do and how many sets. If you're just starting, I recommend doing about 3 sets of 10, sorry, and using like a 2-1-2 tempo. So you count 1, 2 on the way down, then you pause for a second, then you count 1, 2 back on the way up. So that's pretty much as simple as it is. Now if you go to the gym, there's obviously lots of equipment you can use. You can use a barbell, and you can get really nice and strong by adding more weight. If you do that, I recommend that you go and ask a personal trainer for some technique, because it does add a bit more of a dynamic, and it's really easy to let some of your technique go. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you know someone who would benefit from this, please share it with them. Like our YouTube page, like our Facebook page, our Instagram page. My goal is to have the Hibiscus Coast be the healthiest community, and the only way we're going to do that is by sharing the knowledge around. So until then, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.